Podcast. I'm Keith the Bear the Tank.
I'm Zach the Tactical Gnome.
And this week, since we are coming up on Easter weekend, today is Good Friday.
And spring break.
Yeah, well...
Well, the kids' spring break.
Yeah, my 5-year-old that's in school, she was on spring break this week.
Yes.
Because she's on Austintown schools.
Yeah, see, Levi started, his first day was today.
Yeah, my oldest, Leah, hers started today.
And then they'll go all next week. Yeah.
Yeah. It's jacked up. I wish they would all just be on one schedule for spring break and stuff.
No,
yeah, we only got one kid. You know how much of a pain in the butt it is?
Yeah, but you really want your kids being on spring break the same time if you do travel during the holidays? You really want your kids being on spring break the same time the colleges are on spring break?
That's true.
You want to go to Daytona Beach during spring break?
No. I've never wanted to go to Daytona Beach on spring break.
I just kind of more always wanted to go to the one out in Arizona. Like Havasu or wherever they have all the...
Yeah,
like...
I don't like big groups of people.
Neither do I, but back then I thought it would be fun to go.
Yeah.
To like Lake Havasu or something.
But,
Bike week.
Yeah. Well, next
year...
Biketoberfest
is more fun.
Spring break will be whenever we want to be, because we are homeschooled.
Congratulations. You want to teach my kid too?
Oh! Take that up with the wife.
Ooh. While you're
okay.
Talking. Speaking of schooling. Check this out. You gotta give me his business card.
Okay. Flag all informing. Nick Adams.
Flip it over. They teach that in schools. He's a company that teaches schools about the Constitution and the Articles of the Fourth and all of that.
That's awesome. Remind me before I leave to add this to my business card app.
I was impressed by the guy, and I told him we would probably get a hold of him.
Yeah, heck yeah. Because that's one of the big things, is they're not teaching history. They're not teaching the way things are.
Certain schools. Because I ran into a kid this week. I ran into a couple people that I wanted to talk about, and we'll get into our actual conversation, because now we've just taken a left-hand turn completely off topic. So this week I met, last week that was that gentleman. Last week I also met a kid who was probably 10, 11, maybe a little bit older. Come in, was traveling out with his family, and kid had a shirt on. You could tell it was hand drawn. Had the Cardinals logo on the front of it. On the back of it, it said Tillman. Pat Tillman. I don't know if you know the whole story about Pat Tillman.
Nope.
Pat Tillman played for the Arizona Cardinals.
Okay. Makes sense.
Gave up playing football to become an Army Ranger.
Oh, that guy. Okay.
And got killed.
Hi, buddy.
Say hi, bud.
Hi.
And so this kid did they did the go play.
Go play, buddy.
Come on, bud.
Chase wants to sit with you.
No, Chase can't sit with me here. I have no room for Chase. Thanks.
He can sit on your lap.
Go ahead. Anyways, so this kid came through and they did a wax museum, and he did Pat Tillman.
Nice.
And I thought it was really cool that somebody that young looked up to Pat Tillman, not as a sports player, but as a soldier and, a true hero. And I thought it was real cool. I talked to him for a couple seconds. The following day, I got to walk over and I didn't make a big deal of it, but I walked over and shook his hand. It's the Villanueva, Alejandro Villanueva from the Pittsburgh Steelers, the guy that was the 75th Ranger Battalion, like that dude. Holy shit, is he big. Like, most Rangers I know are not real tall. Like, this dude is pushing, like, 6'6", 6'7", I don't know. Like, big guy. Very nice. I walked over, told him, I said, hey, I know who you are. I said, I'm not concerned with your football career. I said, I wanted to come over and thank you for your military service. Very nice guy, very respectful. Shook his hand, and I just went about my day. But, very nice guy. I mean, big, though. I couldn't get over how tall the guy was. I was like, holy shit. Like, he was big. Very tall guy. And very nice. And I constantly see people. Like, we constantly are getting vets. We get guys that come through there's 2 guys that come through that are former Green Berets. And I'm the only, the one guy told me I'm the only person out of all the times he's flown to know the logo on his bag, which is the Presso Libre logo. He says you're the only person out of all the airports I go into that knows that logo. He says it amazes me that somebody of your age that knows that, right? Like,
Yeah.
But yeah, that was I wanted to put that out there because like I thought that was cool that a young kid would know that and know who Pat Tillman was, and then I thought it was very cool to see Villanueva and be able to thank him for his military service and actually say, hey, I care less about your football shit.
Right.
I could care less about the whole thing of you getting... What's going on, Eric? Another coworker of mine. He's another gun fanatic, former Marine.
Nice.
He's also the one that's going to Slayer with me. He's also
Nice.
just as crazy as I am. They call me... Somebody said I am a mini version of him at work. Which I don't know if that's a good thing.
I don't know.
So basically that was, it was neat to be able to do that.
Yeah.
And if you know who Villanueva is, there was some issues back with the whole kneeling thing that he was one of the few people to walk out onto the field for the Steelers. And the Steelers were in the tunnel. He walked out in front of everybody, and there was some other
What's up, Jonathan?
words said. Oh, you know Perkins too?
Yeah,
Oh, jeez.
he did that.
Oh, nice. But, there was some issues there, and people made a big deal out of it. I personally thought it was awesome. And at the same time, you're in the military. Like, you were former military. Like, I don't blame you for walking out there. Like,
Yeah.
Screw everybody else's beliefs.
Yeah,
And
those
actually,
DD-214.
the funny thing is the week before I talked to the kid that was dressed as Pat Tillman, I wish he would have been there that day. I had a Nike rep come through. And I said, so, I had to check her bag and stuff. So, what'd you guys think of the whole, thing with that whole thing? I said, well, did it affect your guys' sales? She said, yeah, a little bit. I said, do you think maybe you guys should have done a secondary ad, with Pat Tillman? As a football player?
Yeah.
And she goes, if you knew how many emails that we got on just that one guy, she said, you would be shocked. She says, I'm surprised we didn't.
Wow.
I said, you guys should. I says, I could see the political stance, but I says, you guys could have either got and not did anything politically,
Yep.
or did both sides of the coin. But they didn't, and a lot of people like myself, I won't buy Nike.
Nope.
There's other good companies out there, but I really think they should have done.
Yep.
You're right. He is. He was the only one out there, and I give him credit for it. Even though you're a Patriots fan, he is a Patriots fan. But I don't want to harass him too much.
Deflategate.
Oh, don't bring it up. God, don't bring it up, please. I don't want to hear about it.
That's the only thing I wanted to say. Yeah. You get to meet a lot of interesting people.
I do.
in your job.
I do. Actually, the guy from the Goonies came through. The one guy from the Goonies. I can't think of his name.
I don't know.
He just come through the other day.
Nice.
Ooh, and speaking of which, speaking of the Goonies, because they had the Comic-Con in Monroeville.
In Monroeville?
Yes,
Really?
it's in Monroeville. Guess who is coming to the one in August? Kane Hodder. The guy that played Jason.
Nice.
And the guy that wrote Jason, the director and original writer, is coming too. I'm ecstatic. I've never been to a Comic-Con before, and I am going to this one. I don't care. Because I want to go meet Kane Hodder.
I can't.
And I'm actually considering taking my real machete and having it autographed. If not,
They might not let you in.
that's gonna go for sure and get autographed.
Oh yeah. But yeah, I don't know that they'd let you in with a real machete.
As he gives us the middle finger.
Yeah. Anywho, so with the Easter holiday, we wanted to talk about some family safety things, especially when you're traveling, because the holidays, everybody's traveling. There's little things that you can do. Yeah, I don't know why that's saying low network in there.
I think it's because we have everything on.
I'm not connected to Wi-Fi on my phone.
Neither am I.
I don't know. Mine, every once in a while, it goes dumb. Anywho. Good job. Good duck.
Good duck.
Things that I,
Here,
you
Levi,
know,
here.
tell my wife,
JC wants to go back with you.
you know, my wife and I practice doing so that we lessen the chances of any issues happening while we're on the road, or even every day when she, you know, when she goes to the store, there's little things that she does that just create less opportunity for bad stuff to happen. When you're traveling on the road, if you've got a long trip, yeah, and you got to stop at a rest stop. Okay. First thing, it's at night. You know, you're tired as all get out. You got to stop. Now, the first thing you can do is park under the light.
Yes.
You park where it's dark. Yeah, it might be a little annoying because of the light if you're trying to stop there to sleep. But if you park out in the dark, that gives more cover.
You open yourself up to a lot of issues.
Yes. My wife does that even at like the grocery store. If she goes to Walmart, she always parks under the lights.
See, I don't. Now, I don't always park under the lights. Hey, brother, you're gonna have to go. You too, man. You gotta work on Easter? Oh, by the way, Horton Knives. Gotta love their knives and their shirt and their gear. Oh, there's another guy that we should have on. What's going on, man?
But yeah.
He's a dad also, and kind of a gun nut, but he's a gym nut. And he lifts like crazy. Oh, my dad's watching.
Oh boy.
How are you feeling, old man?
But yeah, I mean, park under the light. You know, it keeps.
I guess I don't, but I try to park close. Like, if she's with me, I try to park close. To the front of the lane, so, like, you have the light off the store. Like, our Walmart in Salem has the floods on top, so it shines down. So I try to park...
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, the only downside to parking close to the front, if, say, an active shooter walks into Walmart, everybody's going to be trying to flood out those doors. You ain't going nowhere.
Yeah, true. And that's why you got to know your other...
Right. If you park a little bit further out, under the light, you know, you've got the car, so you when you're walking out, you have
I
the
don't
time
think the Walmart in Salem has lights out in the parking lot.
I don't know if they do or not. I know there's a couple lights out by the Murphys, but...
Yeah, that's way out there.
I don't know. I mean, I haven't been to the Salem Walmart in a long time. But, yeah.
That's the redneck Walmart.
Yeah.
That's the redneck Walmart. The Boardman Walmart's the ghetto Walmart. The Austintown Walmart's the combination of the two. And then the Beaver Falls Walmart is... Yeah, the combination of two also.
Yeah.
It's the redneck ghetto Walmart.
Yeah, I mean, it's Walmart. People of Walmart.
Yeah, I was going to say, they didn't just have a series on Netflix called The People of Walmart for no reason.
Yeah. But when you're at the store, if you park a little bit further away under the light, that gives, when you're walking from the door to the car is illuminated, so you can see around the car, make sure nobody's hiding behind the car. Plus, it gives you the time to assess and check while you're walking. All I heard was shit come out of it.
Now, what about, like, does your wife, like, unlock the car as she's walking up to
Nope.
her? Okay, yeah.
Nope.
That's always a bad thing to do, and I hear
Yeah.
that a lot from police officers and stuff say that that's not a good idea.
She goes up to the car. She will she would take, like Jonathan out of the cart, open his door only, put him in while she's holding Harper. Buckle Jonathan, close his door. Put Harper in, buckle her, close the door, and then go back to the cart at the back. And she opens the hatch and locks the doors.
Oh, you can do that on yours?
Yes.
Okay.
Hi, Mama Bear. Because, if somebody wants
Hey,
to
look,
steal...
there's the lady that left her kids unattended with me at the Easter egg hunt. I'm kidding.
Well, at least we trust you. But, because if somebody wants to steal a cart of groceries, they can steal a cart of groceries. It's not the end of the world.
Or somebody wants to steal $3,000 worth of stuff from Walmart right before Christmas time and then parks the cart right next to your car, still full, as they're getting chased out. Like, they threw it by my car.
Oh, geez.
And they couldn't find it. So I ended up taking it back in. I was like, hey, here's one of the carts you guys are missing. I was like, there's 3 more out in the parking lot. And, like, the lady's like, where did you find them? I was like, they're all over the parking lot.
Wow. Yeah.
That one, I give the person credit. Like, they thought that one through. Because, like, there was 3 carts full of stuff. Toys, everything. Like, the holidays were rough. But, like, I was like, wow, they thought that one through. I think there was even a Christmas ham in there.
Yeah, but there's those little things when you're out shopping. When Stevie's with me, if we were out together at the store, you will park the cart, she takes one kid, I take the other, buckle them, and then load the groceries into the car. But the big deal is when she's by herself.
Yeah.
That's just some of those things that, I make sure that...
Situational awareness.
Yes. Awareness is definitely key. That's another reason why I like to park further away.
I like parking further away. If it's me, I don't mind parking further away. And that's partially because, 1, I don't want somebody dinging the shit out of my doors.
Yeah.
And 2, because I don't mind by myself.
Yeah.
With her, I like to park closer. To me, it's easier to get in, get out.
Oh, yeah, it's
With
definitely
them.
easier.
And I think that is everybody else's, because you go to any friggin' store and everybody and their brother's parked right up front.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
But see, back to what you were saying, well, if there's an active shooter, see, certain stores that I frequent a lot, like, I know where the exits are. So, like, I know if I go into Salem Walmart and I go in on the non-grocery side, you have the flower department you can exit through, like the greenhouse. You can exit through the garage is locked, so you can't exit through the garage. I don't think there's an emergency exit there that you can.
You've got a badge.
It's the button, but the button's under the desk.
Oh.
It's all in the same place at every flipping Walmart. The button's under the desk to engage the lock for the door. But I think they key lock it at night.
Yeah.
But I mean, there's exits throughout the store. You
Right.
know, you have, but like that, I kind of, you would know if you frequent those spots.
Right.
Like the Walmart in Chippewa. I used to work there, so I know most of those exits.
Yeah. Yeah. And when you're out,
Almost did it again.
dude.
By the end of the night, I'm gonna end up spitting in my beer. That's the worst taste ever. What's up, Sean?
Yeah. So what kind of stuff do you and your family do to stay safe while traveling?
Situational awareness.
Yeah.
Lots of situational awareness. To the point where it drives Tanya nuts.
Yeah.
We go to the mall. I'm
It's
constantly.
rubbing off on Stevie.
I constantly watch people. My little boy's going to Arizona, and my biggest gripe to my mother is, you have to friggin' pay attention to him. It's not that he'll run off. He's just an adventurous little shit, and likes to do stuff. And so you have to pay attention, because he will.
Yeah.
It just he likes to explore.
Yep.
It's all situational awareness. We really haven't. The biggest places we go together as a family are like the zoo.
Yep.
And.
Mommy, this is one of my medicine cups for her toes.
Okay. Thank you.
She said bring it back, buddy.
Take it back.
That's what I'm doing.
Thank you,
What's up,
Mr.
TJ?
Obvious. But I always watch what's going on.
Right.
Always watch people.
And go with your gut feeling.
Yeah.
You have
Absolutely.
instincts for a reason.
If
If you've got
something-
a bad feeling about something, just stay the heck away from it.
And I think with my job, that's pushed more to where, like, okay, you know, if I see something that doesn't look right, like, it's gonna bother me.
Yep.
Like, so I don't know. If I don't feel comfortable, we're normally moving.
Yep. Get off the X.
That's a whole nother topic we're
Yes,
going
I
to get
know.
into at some other point when we get into it. Oh my god. I just heard a good thing about that the other day. Of how about getting off the X is not always the best idea. Sometimes.
Yeah.
But, God, I look haggard as hell.
A little bit.
Allergies and this needs trimmed down again. And
Yeah,
I'm
mine's-
going, wow. Oh, whoa. Look at this spot up here.
Wow. You're turning into cock.
Shit. Ow.
I joke.
I don't care, I kill. You joke, I kill. It's all good.
Yeah.
Coffee and hate, that's what fuels me. I want that shirt, dude. I need that shirt for at work. How are you functioning so well? Coffee and hate.
Yep. Read my shirt. Coffee and hate.
It ain't gay if it ain't TSA. Oh, it ain't gay if it is TSA, right?
Yeah, it ain't gay if it's TSA.
Just the back of my
So-
hands.
While we're on the TSA subject, what are some safety tips that you can give to people that are traveling through the airport?
Copy redacted, copy redacted, copy redacted, copy redacted.
I figured that was coming out.
DHS.tsa.gov or / TSA, I don't know, whatever. Copy redacted. Just go on the goddamn website.
Yeah.
Real simple, I'll sum it up. Don't bring oversized liquids. Don't wear stuff with metallic thread or sequins. Don't be a douchebag. Don't bring your gun with you. Don't bring your knives with you. And that's all in your carry-on. You can take your gun and your knives with you in your check bag.
As long as it's packed correctly.
Knives, I don't care.
Well, yeah.
Guns, yes.
Yeah.
Don't be a douchebag. Let me. The best way to put it out there is put yourself in our shoes for a minute. And how would you feel if somebody got something through and your family was on the plane? Basically, that's the best way to
Use
sum it
the
up.
superpower of common sense.
That we're not allowed to use.
Yeah.
Just don't be a douche. We
Yeah.
get a lot of people that are assholes and grumpy, and you know everybody's flying for a different reason, from funerals to business and so on and so forth. I understand. Just don't be an ass.
Yeah, and if you get pulled to secondary for something, don't be a dick. Just be like, look,
That constantly happens.
I know.
We constantly get-
You guys got to do your jobs. Go through it. It's a random routine. that
It's
just
my
double
it's
checking.
my job to make sure that you and your family is safe. I do the same thing with my family when they fly, and I really scrutinize people when my little boy flies.
Oh yeah.
I actually get a little upset because they don't fly out of my airport as much, and I'm really strict. Like I always joke with our one supervisor, I was actually a couple people that know when my little boy flies out of ours. I was like, you all better do your job because if not, I'm coming back and whooping all your asses.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, really, that's just don't bring water, please. If it was up to me, I would start finding people like $100 a bottle. maybe not 100, but like,
I mean, there's only like,
but like 10.
5 or 6 signs before you actually get to the checkpoint that says, do not bring full bottles of water.
If I put a sign up that says if you didn't bring a bottle of water X amount of times in a row and I would give you $100, people would miss it. Nobody reads those damn things.
Nobody pays attention.
But I hear, like $10 a bottle, people would stop bringing bottles of water. Or we could get rid of that in general.
Yeah.
But yeah, we won't.
Anywho.
And come early, my God.
Yes.
That's the other thing. Depending on what airport you're flying out of. If you're flying out of Category X airport, so just to name a few, Atlanta, Orlando, LAX, JFK, Dulles, or not Dulles, what's the other big one? Yeah. Chicago.
Okay.
Big airports. Yeah. Come early.
Yes.
Be there 3 hours early.
3's on the cutting it close side.
2 hours is recommended.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh, 2 hours early. So if your flight leaves at 7, be there at 5. Lately, be there at 4.
Yeah.
Because we've been getting slammed.
Yeah. My rule of thumb is 3, no later than 3 for usually. I mean, it's been
If your TSA pre-check, don't give me that line of BS. Oh, well, I didn't think the pre-check. I have seen the pre-check line busier, and lately, busier than the regular line. Just shop early.
Yeah.
There's places to eat and drink in there and shop and do your work and business and everything else. What's going on, Tim?
Yeah. When you're driving, don't drive alone. Unless
Why?
you
I like
absolutely
driving
have to. No, I mean, like when you're traveling.
I really like
If
driving
I had
alone.
to go visit my mom down in Kentucky, granted, it's a 6.5, 7 hour trip.
I'm going to go with you, and then we're not going to stop in Kentucky. We're going to just drive straight into Tennessee and go visit
Go see
other
Josh.
important people. Like Josh and Jeremy and John and my buddy Piran, and go eat good barbecue and listen to blues.
Yeah, but unless you absolutely have to drive with one driving age person,
Well,
stop
that's
regularly.
normally, for safety reasons.
Yeah.
Drive with 2 people. Now, if you're like me and driving home from Florida, don't do what I did.
Yeah, don't do what you did. You know, when my wife and I are traveling,
40. How long was I up for, honey? 36 hours? Like 36 hours.
Yeah.
By the time we finally stopped and I could actually sleep, I was like starting to hallucinate almost.
Yeah.
Which is not good because it wasn't that I was hallucinating. I was just so deadbeat tired. And finally, like, I curled up and, like, I switched. My brother-in-law drove the Mustang because Tony can't drive 5-speed. He jumped in the Mustang. I jumped in the moving truck with my friend Matt. And I passed out. And I don't remember where. Like, yeah, I was just gone. I was just, like, out.
Yeah.
Like, the only reason I woke up is because Matt smacks me awake and goes, dude, I think there's something wrong with the moving truck. We're going up a hill, and they had this sucker rev limiter so bad.
5-speed. It's been driving that fucking traffic in Georgia.
Well, this was when we were
through
coming
Spaghetti
out.
Junction.
Oh my god.
Any of that drive,
That
that
was
car
nuts.
would have fucking sucked.
I ended up waking up to our moving truck going 35 mile an hour up a hill,
Ooh.
and we're getting passed by 18-wheelers.
Vienna police are chasing a guy on foot up there right now. He's considered armed and dangerous. They don't know if
Woohoo!
he stole a car or anything. I don't know.
Text Stalker, see if he wants to go out and shoot.
Yeah. Target practice.
Tink.
But yeah, you know, the wife and I, because we have a condo in Fort Myers.
Yes.
When we're, you know, if it's her and I driving, we take shifts of roughly 8 to 10 hours, and then while one's driving, the other one's sleeping. That way, there's no real chance of.
I drove the whole way down to Florida too.
Oh, I've done it too.
With a trailer on the back.
Yeah.
I
I've done it too.
that
My
was sketchy.
record for longest time I've stayed awake is 75 hours.
I did. We left, drove straight through, and we got in at like 4:30 in the morning, 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning, in Florida when we moved down there, and went to my friend's house, his girlfriend's house at the time. Went there, and like the first thing we did was like stop and get beer. And like walking, and me and Doug are literally sitting on the back porch watching the sun come up at 6 in the morning, drinking beer. Like, Nope, I ain't even going to bed. I finally went to bed, I think, around 8, and I was just gone
Yeah.
for like a good solid 4 hours. Like, you could have set off a damn bomb outside of the house, and I don't think I'm waking up.
Yeah, that's my 72-hour stint, or 75-hour stint. Started, I got up Friday morning for school, because I think I was like 16 or 17, because I was driving. But got up for school at 5:30, 6 o'clock. Went to school, and then I had a LAN party
Oh.
Friday night.
Oh.
Uh,
Playing Halo, huh?
yeah, some Halo, some Battlefield 1942,
Mm.
some other good stuff like that.
All the
Stayed up
classics.
I stayed up all Friday night. Dude, if I was like a junior, so that was 2004, 2005, somewhere around
That
there.
would have made me a senior. So, yeah, I didn't start
Yeah.
doing LAN gaming until, like...
And we're not talking
My-
consoles, we're talking PC.
Oh, dude, we did
we had
PC
we had an
and
old
computer.
ATM shell that was our server.
Oh, my. Josh Corvino and all you guys that we used to LAN with. Like, here you go, right
Yeah.
here.
But all Friday night, stayed up, playing games. I stayed up all of Saturday, stayed up, watching videos and playing, Halo and Battlefield on single player, because, we could save it down from the server and install it. All of Saturday night, and then Sunday, it would have been later Sunday evening. I had my cousin's birthday party. Sat down on the couch while we were eating dinner, and I passed out.
So this is somebody staying up to play video games.
Yep.
Let's see. The Florida drive. The drive home, we left Saturday night and got home at like 3 a.m. Monday morning. And that's because we ran into issues. Car broke down. Shattered a whole rear axle
Ooh.
in the GMC Jimmy. The only upside to that is prior to the shattering of the rear end of the GMC Jimmy, I actually got to hear Leonard Skinner live on the radio. Like, somebody had a concert going and Leonard Skinner was playing, and I was like, sweet! I'm cruising through Georgia listening to Leonard Skinner, and I'm like, I'm okay with this. And, it was actually kind of fun. And then, I actually managed to put the Mustang completely sideways through a, turnaround after she shattered the rear end, because I thought it was bad, and slid the Mustang around and come back, and then we sat on the side of the road, and my brother-in-law was sitting there, me and him were drinking beer on the side of the road waiting for AAA to get there to tow us.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a fun
Bet
night.
you didn't have flares, did you?
Dude, we didn't have shit. Like, we went through everything, and then when we do get to Charleston, South Carolina, where they park us at, like, we walk over, get cigarettes and soda, and I'm sitting in the car staying awake, trying to stay awake, make sure everything's going well. And they're sleeping. Well, my buddy Matt's combat vet. He's sleeping in the U-Haul truck with my brother-in-law. He's got his 1911 on him. And I'm sitting in my Mustang with my Springfield XD, because I had the XD at the time, stuck between the seat, loaded. Mind you, I don't have a concealed carry permit or anything. I have it loaded because we are in the worst section of Charleston, South Carolina. Like, the local crackhead is passed out with a 40 in a brown paper bag up against the gas station. The cop rolls up and goes, "Hey, are you okay?" Yep. Swings over, talks to us for a minute. "Hey, we're waiting for them to open." "All right, guys, have a good day." Whoop. Hey, I'm gonna just... No. Yeah.
Yeah.
There was way too many weird people walking around, too. I was like, nope, I'm gonna sit here with my gun.
Yeah.
And then the dude that came in was stoned out of his mind, didn't have a trailer. Like, these people pulled in and went to drop the trailer off. Me, Doug, and Scott, like, unhooked the trailer from the back of their U-Haul, pushed it over, hooked it to ours, drove the truck on as best as we could with the shattered rear axle, and took off. Like, the guy's like, "Yeah, that's your..."
Gotta go.
He's like, "Wow, you guys already..." "Yeah, it's done, man. Like, it's done." Okay.
Yeah.
There was so much screw up. By the time we were done and we got home, they ended up crediting us back the money for the trailer, the truck, and like $300 because the truck had a leak in it,
Oh,
in the roof, and like a bunch of our paperwork got ruined.
Oh.
And yeah, they credited us pretty much everything back.
Yeah.
That trip home was bad because my friend almost got. I forget what was said, but there was an issue with at the pickup involving somebody of Middle Eastern descent, and my friend being fresh off of combat tour, and
Yep.
it's like, let's go before somebody dies.
Yep. Yeah. Make sure you stay fueled up while
Yes.
you're traveling,
Both
so that you don't
both
have
fuel and like awake fuel,
To, yeah.
caffeine and
Because you don't want to be the person that gets down. Oh, my light came on. I gotta stop, and it's in a bad part of town.
caffeine and nicotine. That was my ride home.
Nicotine and gasoline.
Yeah.
Anything when it ends in "ine," you need it.
Yeah, nicotine, gasoline, and caffeine. That was
If you're traveling with multiple vehicles,
We actually had radios for a little bit.
yeah, that's.
We had little cheap. We went to Walmart before we left and bought cheap little Cobra radios.
Even if they're just because you're only going to the car in front of you or the car behind you. You
Yeah,
don't
it worked
need
great.
a freaking ham radio.
Yeah, it worked good. And
Yep.
I wish I would have had a ham radio, or at least a CB. I could have talked to a trucker and somehow got us a trip away a hell of a lot faster.
Yeah.
Or a state trooper or somebody out there to say, hey, we'll
Right.
throw flares down.
Yeah, because you can't rely on your cell phones if you're traveling out of your normal service area. You're not going to have service. Somebody needs to stop. If you're not paying attention, no situational awareness, and the car in front of you that you're following
That's the screwed up
pulls
part.
off.
That's the screwed up part. As I've worked, my situational awareness has gotten better.
Yeah.
Back then, it was like, I just want to get the fuck home.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I was tired. I just wanted to get home. Drove through a hellacious thunderstorm too on the way home. Like terrible. Like
Yeah.
bad.
Through the mountains,
Yeah, we were coming into West Virginia. It was bad.
Virginia into West Virginia. Yeah. Somewhere around the Fancy Gap area, probably.
Yeah. All I know is my friend was in the moving truck, and this is after I woke back up and we stopped at a rest stop. We switched and I got in the Mustang again, and we come through the one tunnel. There was a dude in a lifted F-250, 6.0, and he was sitting there, and I passed him, and he floored it and caught back up to me and passed me, and he kept cutting in front of me, in between the moving truck and us, and I was like, all right, ass. Another one of my little cop buddies. What's up, Mr. Thomas? Mr. Yoder? What's going on, man? So, we kept kind of back and forth. Well, we come into that tunnel, and the moving truck moves over in a slow lane, and I was like, screw it. Whoop! I smacked down a gear and just, whoa! Took off past the moving truck. Well, the diesel stuck in behind me and just floored it. Just filled that friggin' tunnel with smoke. And we come past, well, I don't know how to do the gay wave shit back. Yeah, you don't have to. I was just waving at you because I seen you were on.
Yeah.
We come past. My radio goes off. He goes, "You son of a bitch! You should have told me he was gonna go past blowing smoke everywhere." My bad. He said, "Dude, it just rang his ears when we went by."
I don't doubt it.
Because you're in that tunnel, and then
Yeah.
a V8 and a V8 diesel just rolling coal. Just yeah.
Yep. Communications between vehicles
Is key.
Yep.
And Tommy can attest to that because he's a local officer.
Yep. Because you never know when something's going to happen and somebody falls back and you're like, what's going on? And you're in the mountains with no cell service.
Yeah. We also have... The big reason we brought this up is because of the sick, twisted, demented...
Yeah.
I'm just not going to even give him much more credit than that yet. But the dude from the Mall of America, if you don't know about it, look it up. I'm not going to get into detail about it. It sucks. I'm just surprised somebody didn't whoop his ass.
Yeah, and a 14-year-old found dead in my hometown.
Have you not paid attention to the news in our area? Let's see. We had a dude throw acid on his girlfriend. A dude shoot his one-year-old German Shepherd puppies. It was his girlfriend's German Shepherd pup. Shot the German Shepherd pup. We had a guy light his girlfriend on fire. Another guy shoot his girlfriend. All within the last 3 weeks.
And people wonder where I want to get the H out of Dodge.
Huh, bud? Oh, you found a ladder? Good.
Dad life.
Kid problems. He didn't want to play with this tiny little car earlier because the ladder was missing.
Well, we found the ladder, so now he's
Found the
pulling
ladder,
crap
and now
out
he's
of it.
happy.
Yeah, and I mean, my family is literally everything for me. So keeping them safe is kind of a priority. So, yeah, I'm not an expert by any means.
None of us are.
No. But, you know, I'm going to sound like a total dork and like a freaking keyboard warrior or something.
When do you know?
Shut up.
I see all that
Watch.
stuff. I see all that stuff you post. Jeez, what do you think? What do you think the other part of my job is? No, I'm just kidding.
Shh. I don't want you to have to kill me.
Timmy, what's up,
but-
buddy?
You know, I take education in any way I can get it. And I watch a lot of YouTube, read a lot of articles.
I read a lot of books and articles.
Right. And I mean, it's things that, you know, you try and implement it to help keep my entire family safe. My wife is picking up on it. Like, it's just second nature anymore. I mean,
That one cues in on it. She gets annoyed by it a little bit because my big thing is when you're at the mall, especially our mall.
mm-hmm.
My big thing is people's movements, people's actions, people's hands. Right? Hands are a big thing.
Yeah.
People's
And
hand
don't
movements.
rely on the fancy scanner guys walking around the mall.
You mean rent-a-cop?
Yeah, the rent-a-cops. They literally just walk around the mall. Every so often they have to scan a barcode thing on the wall to just prove that they're doing their rounds.
Yeah.
Now,
But they'll kick you out of the mall for an offensive shirt.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law's been kicked out for an offensive shirt.
I do know one guy.
I had the one
Let me
guy,
see.
he yelled at me because I had my Born Scum Hipster Murder Crew shirt on.
Oh.
I was like, it's a shirt, dumbass.
Yeah.
Freedom of speech.
I did know one guy that was a mall security guy, but I don't think he's there anymore. He's
Tommy used to
on
do
SWAT
security
team.
for Macy's and chase somebody across the parking lot. I remember that one.
Nice.
That was back in the day.
Yeah, I think he's on the SWAT team now. I don't remember his
For
last
which
name.
SWAT team?
I don't know. I think he's in Mahoning County.
Their tactical response.
Yeah.
'Cause I don't
Stevie
think-
would be able to
I don't
cue
think we
it.
actually have a SWAT team. Tommy, if you're
It's a
watching this.
JTF.
Yeah, it's the Joint Task Force.
I've seen him.
Oh, yeah.
Across
no.
from my.
No, really?
Dude.
I've seen them all the time.
No. There was a tumbleweave in my parking lot.
Stop. Just stop. Let's just stop right there.
The JTF had to break up a cat fight over at the check cashing place across from my store on the west side.
Surprise.
Pulled in the parking lot the next morning. There's a tumbleweave in
The one
parking
I
lot.
always like is when I love some of my friends. Chad Anderson, you're notorious for this, and I love you for it. He posted up pictures it's been about a year now or more, but it had the armored car and the guys riding on the car down Mahoning, or not Mahoning, but Market, and he literally just captioned, "Somebody's about to have a bad day." Yep.
Yep.
And the other day I was at work and they were stacking up. They were getting ready to leave. And the one cop that used to work for us now works for the county. And I was talking to him. And I was like, what's going on? He goes, oh, a little bit of this, a little bit of that. I was like, somebody's about to have a bad day, aren't they? He goes, a lot of somebody's. I was like, not so. The way they were stacking up, I was like, oh yeah, somebody's going to have a real bad day.
Yeah, they had the Bryant 12 gauges and stuff out trying to break up this cat fight because it started with two chicks over there fighting. And then all of a sudden, people were just flooding in from every direction.
Everybody just wants to get swings in.
It's like,
And this is how...
I locked the front door of the store.
And this is how the purge starts.
Yeah, and I just locked the front door of the store and said, okay, you stand by the door, and if somebody needs to come in the store...
Hit them with a wrench.
You let one person in at a time.
If you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. The funny thing is at the Extreme Bounce place where we went for...
Extreme Air?
Yeah, the Extreme Air.
Which one did you go to?
The one in Boardman.
Boardman, okay.
At the old ice zone.
Yeah.
No, it's called the Chill Box or something like that.
Yeah, Chillbox and Extreme Air.
Extreme Air. But they have that on the trampoline dodgeball. Like, if you can dodge a wrench, you can dodge a ball. And then they have the 5 rules of dodgeball. Or the 5 Ds of dodgeball.
Dip, dodge, duck, dodge, dodge.
Yeah, I was like, yes! And the funny thing is not a little kid or any... I was the first one to notice it, and then all the other parents for the birthday party that were there noticed it, and they thought it was hilarious. I was the first one. I'm like, this is great. This is awesome. But watching kids throw dodgeballs, it's pathetic anymore. Like, come on. Whatever happened to the dodgeball classes, like getting just drilled by the rubber ball, not the softball.
Oh, yeah.
The rubber ball, like...
The kickball.
When you see the ball, like, you can hear the sound. No, like, you see a picture of the ball, and you're like, oh, I remember that sound.
Yeah.
They hurt more if they were half deflated.
Yeah.
Because it just kind of wrapped then.
Yep.
As you can tell, this was like kind of an unprepared podcast. We were going to do an episode on
Dream Cars,
Dream Guns, which I wrote up this big thing in my brain of my top 5 cars, which is super easy. The Guns is not super easy.
No.
Top 5 cars, super easy. To a point. Because there's a little bit of shuffling. And like 2 of the Guns out of my... And I really only wanted to stick with top 5, and I could make that list a lot longer. But I thought we would have more people, so I wanted to keep it kind of like 5 apiece.
Okay, while we're talking about that right now, just to throw a question out there, does it have to be a handheld firearm?
No, you cannot have field artillery.
I don't want field artillery.
Or a tank.
I don't want a tank.
Or an Apache longbow.
Nope.
Because I was going to classify that as a vehicle. Actually, an Abrams.
GAU-8.
That's mounted to an aircraft! Therefore, no, that does
Son of
not
a
fly.
biscuit. It will fly. Jerk. It does fly.
Sure, technicality over here.
You're the one that said it. You said it will not fly. And it does fly every day.
Yes, I was referring to, like, shoulder-fired weapons.
Okay.
Up to and including the Carl Gustav.
Recoilless rifle?
Yeah, up into including the Carl Gustav. Which actually isn't on my list at all. And 2 of my guns, like, I have to figure out where to position them because you know 2 of them. And the one, of course, everybody knows. It's just, I don't know where to position it because I know there's others. And you know how big of a fanboy I am of that one. I think maybe we cut this one short and like do a working night, finish some stuff. So, here's the thing. For you folks.
And you folks.
And you folks. And you folks. Like, I'm pointing all directions here.
All the screens.
Here, wait. Let's do this. I'm knife-handing at everybody because that way nobody's pointing back at me.
Like that picture I sent.
Yes, I love that. That's the sad thing is I find myself doing that a lot at work now. Like, no, I just direct people over here.
Over here.
Over here.
Over here.
Over here. Over here. Here. Put your bags here. Over here. If you stand there with the hand wand, like, people don't act up. Like, you stand there like it's a club. You just hold it like this. Like, you know, just crossbody like this. Like, people, like, don't...
That's a riot club, dang it!
I'm working on a project. You and me actually got to talk about that after we're off the air. You and me got to figure something out.
Okay.
I may have a money scheme. Well, not a scheme, but a money idea later on. That also results in us having some licensing, but we'll get into that. So, anybody that wants to come on, I would like to do this bi-weekly. But, with that being said, my little boy will be out of town next week. You're getting ready to possibly do your thing. So next week, if you guys want to come on, you don't have to come on the actual show. You don't have to be present. You can send us a list. You can email us a list. You can jump on in the video feed, like we can add one person each.
Yeah.
If you guys want to come on.
I'm going to create a group, a
Yes.
Facebook group
Yes.
to help with
If
this.
you want to do that too, we can. Top 5 cars, top 5 guns.
Yep.
No, money is not an issue on this, so don't base it off of what you own or finance. Money's not an issue.
No.
If money was not an issue, they have to be shoulder fired firearms. So, machine guns. And let me fix that. So, oh yes, that is so my wife. When small people get angry. Boo from Monsters Inc.
Listen, Linda.
Yeah. Listen, Linda. Shut up, Linda. Anthony, what's going on, buddy? So, basically what this is, and let me put this in because not all weapons are shoulder fired.
Nope.
How can we do this? Like, I don't...
Handheld.
No, because they're not all handheld. A Maudus is not handheld. A Dillon Arrow is not handheld.
Anything that is not considered a cannon or heavy artillery.
No, you can't necessarily say because the Carl Gustav is considered a shoulder-fired artillery piece. Okay, let me sum this up. No tanks, no planes.
You
No.
can have vehicle-mounted weapons, but not like the tank cannon.
Yeah. No field artillery like the 105 or the 155 Paladin or... You know what? Screw it. If it is, it is. You know what? Just
Whatever.
throw it on there. I don't care. Top 5 cars. Money is not an issue. I want to see what everybody comes up with. Because I think this could be a real interesting one. And I'll tell you what. You guys want to do this? We'll get on here. For the folks that are listening, for the folks that are commenting and watching the videos, if you guys want to do this, the top 2 besides ourselves that we both like, we'll send something out to you guys. We'll figure it out. We'll get something brought up.
Yep.
We'll send something out to you guys. Maybe a couple of our stickers. Maybe throw in some other stickers.
Yep.
I think I have a couple Magpul stickers.
I've got some stickers too.
Yeah, I got some other stickers. I'm pretty
I've
sure.
got a whole crap ton of automotive-related stickers.
Yeah, we can throw that in since it is the car.
Yeah.
I think maybe we can even hit up. I'll talk to some other people, see if we can get some other stickers in.
Yeah.
But we'll get something out to the top 2. If we had shirts, I'd send you guys a shirt, but we don't have shirts yet.
Nope.
We're working on that.
Okay,
So
the group is created. It is closed. It's not public.
yeah, ask me for an invite. Ask him for an invite. We'll
Yep.
get you in.
We'll get you on that.
We need to actually, after this group is done. Actually, you know what? Screw
Well,
it.
this is just
this
gonna
is
be-
going to be a discussion group.
Yep.
Period. The end. This is a discussion group. You guys jump on, discuss what you guys want amongst friends. We'll add
If you
people.
like the Daddy Brigade podcast Facebook page, I will be sending you invites.
Yes, we're going to do that actually once we.
That
sign off.
way, it's just easier to have a group where people can interact and give us feedback easier than just, hey, posting to this page.
Yeah.
Because sometimes visitor posts on page get lost.
Yes.
Uh,
Again,
coming from the guy that works social media.
yeah, I don't. He's most of the social media brains behind us.
We
So
are on MeWe too.
we're on MeWe. We are now ambassadors, I guess you could call us,
Yep.
for Wilder Tactical
Wilder Tactical and My Medic.
and My Medic. We'll put the links up in the page description. Actually, I think we can
Yeah, in the group.
in the group page description.
I will do a pinned post with those links and codes.
We are going to be doing a bunch of other episodes. Still looking for some people to come on from companies that want to talk about their stuff, like a regular podcast. So, gun companies, gun shops, training companies, suppressor companies. We don't have a Class 3 or SOT right now. We're working on that. But if you own a machine gun company and want to come on, like DNA or
Wink.
or like Ohio Auto Ordnance, big wink since you guys aren't far from us. We'd
Yep.
love to have you guys on. Love to have you guys chat with us. I'm probably going to stop doing the YouTube videos on my personal page, or like the live videos,
Yep.
and start doing them on my Instagram page since I have a lot of the companies there.
You might have to watch that because they limit how long you can be
They're
on.
45 minutes, but I gotta look into something with the Instagram TV is.
Yeah.
Because there's a way around that. So,
Yeah.
other than that, keep the bearded tank.
Yep. Keep the bearded tank.
Zach the Sky. Yeah. Piss off, folks. Zach the Tactical Gnome. Y'all have a good Easter. Stay safe out there. Stay vigilant. Stay alert. You guys have a good night.
Yep.
We are wolves of